Hello and welcome to these timeless full moon messages. If you're new to me and new to my channel, I'm Karen Monaco. I am a mystic and intuitive guide supporting the divine feminine on her spiritual path and in her spiritual mission. So we have 3 piles here, and like I said, these are timeless readings. So whenever you stumble upon them, there is a message for you from Spirit. It might be for a full moon that's coming up in a few days or one that just passed. But if you do want more specific resources and tools to work with for the whatever lunar cycle we're in, go ahead and check down in the video description. I release monthly full moon packages. Okay, but enough about that. Let's just get right into the reading. We have pile 1 to the left, pile 2 in the center, pile 3 over on the right. And my love, which one is calling to you? Which one are you magnetically drawn to? Once you know, go ahead and check down in the description for the timestamps, and I can't wait to see you in your reading. Hello and welcome, pile 1. I cannot wait to see what Spirit has in store for you during this lunar cycle. So starting off your reading with what exactly it is you're harvesting or manifesting this full moon. Face your fears. Isn't this such a beautiful card? Release the power of fear. So, you know, the full moon is a time of gratitude. It's also a time of release. And I really feel like right now, this cycle is all about being confronted by your fears, looking them in the eye and choosing to either succumb to past patterns of behavior and past limitations and blocks, or making the choice to rise above it, making the choice to push through the fear and do it anyway. So it might feel like this is a little bit of a triggering chapter in your life, but if you can just stay in the heart and choose to keep looking forward, to keep your eye on the prize, if you will, I see this being a very transformational time in your life. The stars, the planetary alignments, all the things are working in your favor. So actually at the time of recording, we are going to be entering retrograde season, and I'm seeing all of these planets. So pay attention to that. Take note of what planets are going retrograde. Retrograde is the time of slowing down and really examining the themes of that planet. Okay, I could go into detail, but then we would take like hours. So, but that's something that Spirit wants to bring into your awareness over the next couple of, well, months, but it's starting right now. But really, your fears are just keeping you small. They have the illusion of keeping you safe, but really they're preventing you from living the life that you know you want. So just get ready and know that you're not doing it alone. You have a team of angels, you have your ancestors, you have the beings of light and unconditional love with you, helping you navigate what comes up. And what is coming up? We have the 5 of Discs, destitution, and this is a very specific message, okay? Finances are on your mind and on your heart right now. How are you going to do this? How are you going to make this? How are you going to save more? I'm hearing like all of these different questions. You're at a transitionary, I guess that's a word, point in your life. You've made some big changes, and it's like, how am I going to provide for myself and my family? Or what opportunities are there for me to elevate myself financially? And Spirit just said for a lot of you, it's not just financial, though that is where your focus is. In general, how are you going to elevate yourself? A lot of the fears that you have center on lack. So you might actually never have enough money because perhaps you self-sabotage or have these habits of spending money you don't have, or perhaps you are a little thrifty. What Spirit just said is miserly, where you hold on to money at all costs. You don't treat yourself, you don't spend anything. You just kind of like keep it sitting in the bank, which, you know, neither is spending and saving is not bad, but what Spirit is picking up on, or what Spirit is showing, is that I have 2 extremes that are going to be drawn to this reading. People who have never enough. Well, they said like it's actually the same thing, just different circumstances. The underlying belief is that there is never enough, and so you either save or you're overspending. Okay, but you're going to be having to look at that over the next couple of months, okay? So if you were drawn to this pile, just know that these energies are going to be at play for a longer period of time. It's not just this lunar cycle. Spirit just said, look at this to be happening over the course of 6 months, but not just like facing your fears over 6 months. I see you rallying. I see you making the effort to change your lack mindset and really stepping into an abundance, a growth-centered mindset. And what's so beautiful is you have reverse. You have the goddess Diana working with you, supporting you in this process. Focused intentions. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. And that is such a rich message for you, given what you're coming up against or what you're working on and exploring, because this is really a time for you to start getting clear about what it is you want. If you have a lot of money, what do you want to spend it on? What's going to enhance your life? And if you don't have a lot because you constantly are running out, or, you know, anything in between and picking up can also be relevant here. If like you never have enough, like what's the plan? How are you going to either make more or save more? All right. Complicated, well, I guess it's not complicated. You're picking out the bits that are resonating for you. Okay, but Diana is really going to help you get focused on expanding and growing and healing the part of you that believes there is never enough. Really rich reading. I'm liking it. Okay, and then as I said, so there's what you're harvesting or what you're manifesting, which are really situations where you can look at your fears truthfully and honestly and come through them. And what are you being guided to release? I have sacred purpose, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. There is like this profound sense of responsibility and almost like this burden of healing, of changing, of service, and you're letting that go. You're letting it be lighter. Spirit just showed me a card, not from a deck that I pulled from, but it's like the Messiah complex, where you're the only person who can do this work. You're the only person who can heal your familial line. You're the only one who even knows what ancestral healing is. And Spirit is kind of saying that's a little bit of your shadow or your ego, your tendency to like play savior or think like everybody else is incompetent, nobody else is going to do the work. Also part of your lack mindset, and you're releasing that over the course of, again, like 6 months time. This 6 months is going to be a game changer for you, Pile 1. You're going to feel lighter at the end of it. You're going to feel less responsible for everybody and their wounding and take ownership of your own. But that's what you're releasing this full moon, is this sense of responsibility of you've got to do it all. You're the only one who's ever going to do it. All right. And then your actual shadow that you're facing, emotionally detached. Are you protecting yourself from unwanted drama or stress? It looks blurry to me. Feel positive emotions within yourself. To feel emotions is to live freely. So just a thought that's coming in quite strongly. Sometimes it's like you, yeah, okay. They just said, just say it. So sometimes it's like, oh, I'm healing this for my ancestors. Oh, I'm healing this for my kids. Because the fact that you actually have to heal it for yourself is a little triggering. It's like the Messiah complex and a little bit of the martyrdom coming up here. And Spirit is saying, just own your crap. Own your wounding. Yeah, we all have familial lines that we all have imprints and we all have programs that we're running, but that still doesn't, you have to heal it for you and own that you have to heal you. Because sometimes like this is the mindset, or this is like the perspective. It's like, oh, I'm healing this for my grandmother, or I'm healing this for my great-great-grandfather, or whatever it is. And that's keeping you from actually doing the real healing. You're healing this for you. Okay? All right, pile one, if that felt like a swift kick in the butt, I'm feeling that. But there's a lot of love here, and there's a lot of potential for growth. So if this is your pile, show up to it and own your stuff. And listen, you get to own your wound, but you also get to own your healing. And that's where the magic is for you, pile one. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know how this resonates with a like or comment. It's a great way to support free tarot here on YouTube. But I will see you next time. And again, if you want some more resources for the upcoming full moon, check my full moon package down in the video description. But I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile two, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off your reading looking at what you are manifesting, what you are harvesting, and we have the beautiful card Enlightenment. And my God, this is just breathtaking. We have the all-white peacock and the traditional peacock. We have a tiger, we have the elephant, there's 3 elephants, and the owl. Babe, you have been working on yourself. You have been showing up to your spiritual journey. You have been putting your, well, I was going to say your best foot forward, but Spirit's saying like you have been really exploring your shadow, your darker aspects, your fears. You have really been working on, I can't put it any other way, you've been working on yourself. You have been focused on ascension, spiritual development, spiritual healing. And what you're manifesting is that integration. This enlightenment, it's like you take that knowledge and you make it knowing. Your consciousness is expanding, and that's beautiful. This, if I remember correctly, is Lakshmi, who is the goddess of arts. And I really just kind of feel like you are seeing the beauty in this life. You are starting to really enjoy the human experience because you've worked damn hard to clear the part of you that would just rather not show up to it. Whew, I'm like covered in chills. I dig it. Such good vibes, such good energy, pile two. All right, so getting a little bit more information, we have the Queen of Wands, vibrancy. And, you know, to me, I feel like they hold like a very similar energy, or they have like that same stance, this openness. So a little bit more about this enlightenment. You are opening up to receive in life. Oh, you are using your energy. You are channeling your inner power to create what you want. And it's happening. You're already sensing it, and you're already actually seeing it. Things are happening. Things are working out for you. And Spirit is just saying, with this card, stay open to it. We see the Queen of Wands just like opening up, owning her power, staking her claim in the ground. And that's you, babe. You have been doing it. And this is going to be, this lunar cycle, what Spirit wants you to know is less about letting go and releasing, which we talk about a lot, and more about receiving. You have created a lot of space in your life over the past couple of years, is what Spirit is saying, for good stuff. And the good is coming. And a lot of it is because you are more aware that the good is not always huge. It's the little things. It's like, you know, I'm remembering, like, I feel my most abundant and the most pleasure in life with that first sip of my chai latte each morning. And it's like, I've arrived. And it sounds so silly, but that's the truth. And you're entering that zone where it's like those little things are the big things. Those little things are what this life is built upon. Woohoo! So, kind of comical here. What guide is working with you? We have Krishna, devotion. I mean, you would think I went through all of my decks and pulled out the cards that all offer the same message, but Krishna is working with you so that you continue to trust in your intuition. You really stay committed to the dynamic that you have with your spiritual support team right now. You're not deviating from receiving a message from Spirit and then questioning it either within yourself or like running it past your sister circle or your, I don't know what we would call a sister circle for men. Like, I don't know. And they're saying, like, you don't even have to worry about it. But you're, like, just trusting. You're trusting unconditionally because you feel that love. And you're feeling that love not just from spirit, but from those around you. All of those people, this is a very clear message from spirit, and I want you to really sit with this. All those people who you were kind of holding yourself up against and saying, and comparing yourself to them, you're realizing they respect you, and that's feeling good, and you're using that to build your sense of self-worth. Now, what are you letting go? Because that's just the way I designed the spread, but I really feel like this is more about receiving than releasing for you, at least this chapter. And we have innovation, new creations. And these birds are, what are they? Focus. Oh, they're owls. I wasn't sure. I thought they might be hawks. They're birds of prey. But this is what you're releasing. You are letting go of what you've been working on. And when I say letting go, I mean you are letting people see it and experience it. You're finally putting it out into the world. God, look, they're all kind of like open, letting go, releasing, and knowing that they're going to receive as a result. But you're letting people in. You're letting people see what you're capable of, the transformation that you're able to offer them. But for some of you, you've been working on a website. Some of you have been working on books. Some of you have been working on courses. Some of you have been working on your self-love game so that you could put yourself out there and attract a viable partner. But whatever you've been working on, it's time to trust that you've done the work and open up. Let it in. Release this new version of you, this divine feminine version of you. Let the world in on it, because your life is changed, and the lives of those that you connect with are going to be forever changed as well. Ooh, I love it. So shadow, because I got to talk about the shadow. Defensiveness. Hear other people's perspectives and feelings. Shift your focus to them. It's not always about you. Listen, you know how I said, like, you're not rallying or circling up with your sisters and running messages through and saying, like, what do you think I should do? You're starting to tune into the fact that sometimes people they project, they come at you with their crap, their stuff. And instead of internalizing it, instead of receiving it as like, oh, maybe they're right, maybe I do that, you're saying, oh, that's about them. That's not about me. That's about them. This is a very powerful gateway to be crossing into, because you guys do go into or had this history of beating yourself up over another person's mistake. Or again, like I'm hearing, like internalizing what other people are saying to you, because that was that you thought that was the healed thing to do. You thought that that was what the spiritual thing to do was, and now you're really in your freaking power. I think that's displayed in all these cards. And you're saying, you know what? I understand that that's your view. That's your mindset, your block, your BS. That's not mine. It's not always about you. Okay? And you guys know I would tell you if it was. But it's not always about you. Okay? This isn't my pile that is constantly saying, I don't really know if I have like a part of my collective that's like this, but you guys aren't constantly, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me in a positive way. It's typically like, oh, I have more that I need to heal. That brings up a lot for me. And you do the inner work, you show up to it. And there's been a shift. You're in your power. Keep riding the wave of your power. It's serving you. Okay? And trust the part of you that's saying, it's not about me. This is not about me. All right, pile 2, it's been a real pleasure to do this reading. I just love this energy for you. I'm so happy for you. This is exciting. I'm having a hard time ending your reading, but I must. So if you want some resources for this upcoming full moon, check down in the video description. I have that full moon package that you might enjoy. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to let me know if this resonates for you with a like or a comment, okay? But yeah, now I will see you next time. All right, my love. Bye. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So what are you manifesting? What's really coming into full manifestation this lunar cycle? Doesn't get much better than this. Good fortune, invite magic in. Such a beautiful card. Look at all those butterflies and the rainbow and the castle in the background. Good stuff, good stuff. So you are really just kind of manifesting good stuff into your human experience. It might be money, it might be love, it might be a promotion or a new job, but you are due a glow up, an up level, and it's happening during this lunar cycle. Watch for it, and Spirit is saying follow the steps that are offered. It's going to lead you to your castle. It's going to lead you to your highest vision. But don't get paralyzed in this like procrastination. Like, oh, I'll get to that later. I've got to do all of this other meaningless busy work. Show up to the steps that are being offered. There's Spirit is saying it's like shortcuts to your best life are being shown to you. Take them, okay? I love when Spirit comes in with like loving messages, but also calling us out a little bit. Okay, so a little bit more information about this good fortune. Yes, feeling this, the Empress. You are in your divine feminine nature. You have done the work. You have shown up to your journey. You're in your power. So you might actually feel a little bit of a crossover with pile 2. So I'm going to suggest that you also head back there if you haven't already watched it. Something tells me you'll have already watched it. But the Empress is pregnant with possibility. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of offerings coming your way. So it could be like you've been wanting a promotion and all of a sudden there's 3 different positions that open up that you would be a perfect fit for. So if you can find it within you, show up, take those steps and just see where they lead. And it's almost like you're going to be offered multiple, it's like a bit of a choose your own adventure. This is exciting energy. And I'm feeling almost like you're not going to believe it, or it's going to be like you're going to struggle. You've done all of this work. You're so ready for it. But right now, watch for your habits of self-sabotage, which are to retreat and retract, or to feel like, oh, I'm hearing like imposter syndrome. So watch for those things because those are going to prevent you from saying yes. Now, what guide is working with you this lunar cycle? El Moria, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And I am feeling this love for you, this guidance that's coming in because you've been waiting for this moment. You have been praying for this time. You have been opening yourself up bit by bit. And Spirit's saying just a little bit longer. You're not going to really want to trust the steps. You're going to question the steps every step of the way, but keep stepping, keep going, keep rising. Because at the top of the stairs is the vision board experience. Okay? I will tell you that I feel very strongly because there's such a sense of hesitation. It's like I'm hesitating to say the words. I'm even hesitating to pick up the next card. You're going to experience just so much hesitation. Lean all the way in to Spirit. The universe, your guides, your ancestors, all the beings, they have your back. And you might often feel like they're pushing you up the staircase. And they're saying like the only reason that you might feel like you're being pushed a certain way is because you're trying to either sit still or stay in place, or go in the wrong direction. Okay, so it's not the universe pushing you or bullying you. It's the universe saying, go, do this, look here, say yes. Okay, what's next? Okay, so this is the Let Go card. As you know, the full moon is a time of abundance and harvest, but also a time of release, healing the heart, power of self-love. You are letting go of anything that's preventing you from loving yourself fully. A lot of this, like saying yes, it's saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your dream and your vision. There are some people in your life, or there are some patterns that make you question if you can say yes to yourself. And this might be specifically in regards to spiritual mission. I see it all the time in women where you have a calling. Your heart wants to do something bigger, something, better, something brighter. You want to serve, but you don't because, oh, what's this going to do to my family? Or, oh my God, what are people going to think? Or, my new thing is like blah, blah, blah for all of that. But the greatest act of self-love, and you've gotten this message of self-love before, the greatest act of self-love is saying yes to yourself, to what you're passionate about, and to your highest calling. Your highest calling isn't one that feels oppressive or like punishment. It feels light. It feels exciting. Yeah, are there going to be hard times? For sure, I will say absolutely. Even when in full alignment with my calling, knowing exactly what I'm here to do, there are times where I'm like, I don't know, this doesn't feel fun. But I would say that that's 15% of the time. I was going to say 20, but I'm like, no, not anymore. It's like 15% of the time. And the other 85, it's like, yes. But the greatest thing you can do for yourself, and even for all of the people that you're trying to not do this, or like that you're using as a reason to not do this, they will greatly benefit from this in some way. Whether it's they become more independent because they got to own their own crap, or they see you doing what you love, and that gives them permission to do what they love. But whoever you're hiding behind, and Spirit is saying, because you are hiding, it's time for you to say, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for myself. Whew. All right. Final card, Shadow. Quick-tempered. Think before you speak. Put space between your thoughts and the words that come out. So you don't think well under pressure. This message comes in all the time, because do any of us think are any of us our best selves when we're under pressure? But you have a lot of people in your life that want a fast answer or want quick action. And it's time for you to stand your ground, to hold up your boundaries, and to say, you know what? I need some time to think about that. Now, I'm like hearing someone say, oh, I do that all the time. I do need a lot of time to think about it. Make sure that it's not like excessive. So it's like take time, but not so much time that it's just kind of ridiculous. And it's just another form of hiding. But definitely give yourself some time before you have a reaction. It's like you have a plan and then something happens and you're like, well, crap, now I can't follow my plan. Instead of just sitting down for a second or two or a day, letting the dust settle so you can see clearly, and then continuing on. You're derailed very easily. And Spirit just said it's time for that to stop so that you can keep going, so that you get out of being exactly where you are. Because good fortune is yours. Good things are waiting. And you deserve them and you are worthy of them. So take that step, open up, fully love yourself, and say yes. All right, pile 3. I love you. Let me know how this message resonates with a like or a comment. Great way to support free tarot here on YouTube. And if you want a little bit more guidance or support, tools, resources for the upcoming full moon, check down in the video description for my upcoming full moon package. It's going to help you navigate the specific full moon that we are in. But I love you. I love this reading. I know that there's some moments of ugh in here, but those are the best moments, okay? We grow when we're uncomfortable. If we were never uncomfortable, we would stay the same. And what fun is that? So I will see you in your next reading. And yeah, I love you. Bye.